We got the call to head north and meet up with some Queensland crews to cover Cyclone Yasi, which is currently sitting off the Queensland coast as a high category 4. So Paul and I packed up the 1 metre dish and just flew into Cairns to roughly round about the point where the destructive winds are supposedly meant to meet the coastline.
Mate, we got about 2.5 hours sleep. Been getting emergency text messages on my phone from Optus. Evacuate by 8 AM.
People of Cairns can see in the distance the thunder and all this energy that has been generated by this cyclone already. It is still tracking very fast towards the coast and it is massive.
Here we go, here's Sydney's 1 metre flyaway dish, otherwise known as the SMP. There's Carl over there doing his cross. We're shooting it straight up to Optus D1T5 over 35,000 kilometres away, and then we're downlinking it back in Sydney.
Residents flee as Yasi's path of destruction inches closer to the coast. This morning, full coverage from far north Queensland.
And the news from the Bureau is that Category 4 Cyclone Yasi has been upgraded to a Category 5 cyclone. A Category 5 cyclone that is likely to hit sometime after 10 o'clock, between 10 and 3 in the morning tonight. So a Category 5 cyclone ups the ante even more from the Category 4, obviously, of about 250 km/h winds to 300 plus km/h winds. It's a dire situation here as it tracks towards the coast. Already the winds here have started to pick up. It's around about 800 kilometres away at this point.
Channel 7. They use a bigger dish, but just cheating.
But I want to go down to Alison Fletcher, who is in Townsville for us this morning, just talking about this broad area that this cyclone covers. You're talking about a massive area just for the eye of 100 kilometres across. In Townsville itself, Category 2, Category 3 level of a cyclone, and they're worried, Alison, about the storm surges there very much.
Now we're back in the confines of the hotel, some safer grounds, and we'll do it all again from a hotel room.
Now we just wait, I suppose.
Are you able to feed?
Right now, I'm in net 5 with Layla, ACA, and Trophy.
Now let's take a look at what the weather experts are saying about Cyclone and Yasi. Even though they study cyclones, even though they are close to phenomena like this, even they say they didn't expect to see anything like Cyclone Yasi in their lifetime. Good night to you. That is our program for tonight. Stay with 9 for continuing updates and coverage on Cyclone Yasi, and of course tomorrow morning the Today Show will bring us rolling coverage early. Until then, I'm Lena McKinnon. Good night.
Yasi's supposedly a couple of hours away offshore. It's meant to hit south of Cairns, which might give us a bit of relief. Unfortunate for the people south of Cairns though. The dish is holding up pretty well at the moment. We'll stay on air for as long as we can.
Please evacuate your room and proceed to the level 2 boardroom. I'll repeat, please evacuate your room and proceed to the level 2 boardroom.
What it's all about.
Well, the winds subsided enough for us to get in the car, and now we're taking a cruise south now down to Mission Beach to try and get some pictures of the damage and devastation in the area.
So this emergency has by no means reduced in its capacity to cause damage. Continue to have great vigilance if you live in those areas, along the coastal areas. It's still a fair bit of time, a long way to go here in this emergency. Steve Jacobs, meantime, has been making his way to Tully, and he filed this report along the way to Tully. Steve?
Yeah, good morning.
Actually, Stevie is live. Stevie, what have you said?
Yes, we have made our way here. On the way to Tully, we've come through Innisfail, but unfortunately we've been stopped here at Liverpool Creek.
You shoot up the road. Lisa's got somewhere to get here, and they want to set the cars up the road all lining up.
Yeah, and we'll try and get you as much information about Tully as we possibly can.
Before we come to Stevie, everyone lining up
at the moment. So, yeah, it's an unfolding drama there this morning. Let's go to Alicia Gorey now for another update. Alicia?
Yeah, thanks, Carl. Let's go back to that news coming out of Canberra this morning, and there are unconfirmed reports that one Australian soldier has been killed and a number of others injured.
Is there any phone reception in Tully?
Tully's fine.
That's fine.
No, there's Telstra phone reception and that's it.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. Are you with Mark, Tim? Is Mark Hammerhead near you?
He is, yes.
Okay, are you able to ask him where he thinks he's staying tonight and then...
Alex, we all saw that side of it out. If we have a problem, we'll let us.
This one's been a pretty interesting evening. We're in devastated Tully.
15 seconds.
Yeah, the cast of thousands. We did TCN News, QTQ hostings, a current affair hostings, Ian from Sky News, got 2 dishes, ton of generators powering it all.
Thank you for your amazing response last night to one of our stories.
After we get off air tonight, we need to make a hour-long drive through some flooded waters down to Mission Beach, and then we'll go live with Stevie tomorrow morning for the Today Show.
You are approaching your destination.
Four or 3? Is that it?
Yep.
Oh, it's not half bad. One bed.
Hello. Okay, so we've got large areas of cloud and storm around ex-tropical cyclone Yasi around Mount Isa.
This downpour is so heavy it's literally cut our carrier level in half and taken us off air for the moment. Hopefully it'll subside and we'll bring Stevie back to you.
So, where most of the buildings seem to be pre-cyclone proofing, and they have this similar sort of devastation and worse.
Yeah, really sad to see. Thanks a lot for that, Stevie. It is 8:30 now.
Terrific stuff, Stevie. Great stuff, mate.
Cover from January 1975 after Cyclone Tracy. Gavin Jones was the toddler who became the face of the devastation, and since then he's been caught up in and survived Cyclone Larry and Cyclone Yasi.
There's nothing there, Matt.
No, but it's not bleeding, but that's where he nipped me.
Oh, don't be such a wussy pants. After packing up our Today Show live location down at Mission Beach, we had a bit of an information swap with some of the other crews that we have on the ground in Tully. Now we're heading even further south to Cardwell, which suffered quite a bit of damage at the marina. So we're going to be hosting Peter Overton from that position tonight for the 6 PM bulletin. One of the biggest problems at the moment seems to be communication and fuel. No one has any phone receptions. We've got crews scattered everywhere who can't talk to each other, or our chiefs of staff and producers back in the newsrooms. All our communication is done by satellite phone, which in this weather is kind of sporadic at the best of times. We've got several crew cars and twice as many generators to power all the equipment, and the nearest working fuel bowser is about 200 odd k's back north into Cairns. Apparently there's a guy down the road who has a couple of drums with petrol. Hopefully he takes Amex.
30 to the opener.
So you just pan off me when, as you can see.
Yeah.
25.
Okay.
25. Can I put my hand
20 to the opener rolls. 15 to the opener rolls. 10 to the opener. 5 to the opener rolls.
5.
Openers away, stand by feet. Plenty of help has moved in as Queensland begins to pick up the pieces. But one man is confirmed dead and 2 are missing. Also tonight, 20 to Peter. Your family budget. 2 killed in a 15 to Peter Overton. But the pilot survives. And shoppers caught up 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cue Peter.
Good evening. We are coming to you tonight live from Port Hinchinbrook, where, as you can see, there is utter devastation. Boats here have been thrown around like toys by the fury of Cyclone Yasi.
Last night, after a current affair, we actually slept in one of the local residents' houses that had been absolutely trashed, but it was great we were able to get some shelter there. this is the first morning we've set up where it hasn't been torrential rain, so that in itself is a bit of a godsend. I guess it's kind of like the calm after the storm, but if you look around, the destruction here is just incredible.
Well, the Today Show's now pulled out and leaving only one more news crew. They're going to use QTQ's SNG, and we're heading back to the airport now. We've got to get about 200 kilos worth of equipment back onto a commercial flight back to Sydney, and then we're home.